Hi guys, welcome back. So this video I'm literally going to be picking up from where I left off on my very first video. Okay, so basically in my last video I was basically talking about how I began my healing journey prior to me moving into my mum's house, and then when I moved prior to me moving into my own house, and then when I moved in to my actual own house, that's when everything, literally everything that was unresolved within me got uprooted. Like literally every unresolved issue, unresolved thought, unresolved beliefs. I don't know what is going on outside. It sounds like people are out there like thinking this is Tokyo Drift or something. What the? Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, so I became aware that trauma or unhealed wounds or unresolved energies, they're stored in different parts of the body. Now, as a woman, all of the trauma that you have, well, not all of the trauma that you have, but a lot of the trauma that a woman has is stored in like the reproductive system. So that could be your ovaries, your actual womb, your fallopian tubes, like your hips, your waist. That is where trauma is stored as a woman. And let me tell you, yeah, I dug the whole garden up. I was like, everything has to go. Everything has to go. So I literally uprooted everything. And when I say that my whole body was seized up, like my whole body was seized up from all of the trauma that I had brought up to the surface, like it literally seized up my whole body. But one place that it actually like really seized up, like it was stiff, my hips. Like my hips was, listen, my hips was seized up, like to the point where it was painful for me to actually walk. Like it was actually painful for me to walk. And at the time I wasn't aware that trauma was stored in the body. At that time I was not aware of that, and I was not aware that as a woman trauma is stored in your hips and, you know, that type of region. So I'm there thinking like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? I'm taking hot baths, I'm using like oils to like massage my body to try and like get rid of this stiffness, and I'm like, what the heck? One thing that I remembered is that when I was growing up, I was around my grandma a lot, and I used to always see her patting her hip, like she'll be like patting her hip, like rubbing her hip, and I'm like, I never asked her why is she doing that. I just thought, I don't know, I just thought maybe she was in like a little bit of pain, but it was trauma. Trauma passes down your whole family line. As a woman, you have a child. Yeah, trauma can get passed down to both girls and boys, but when it comes to a girl, that same trauma is passed down into her womb. Like that blueprint, whatever trauma you went through as a woman, that is passed down to your daughter. My mum told me that when she was 18, she had to have hip surgery, and I'm thinking like, why would you need to have a hip surgery at the age of 18? Trauma gets passed down your family line, your bloodline, if you don't resolve it within yourself. Well, basically I found out like that I had polycystic ovaries when I was 16, and I'm thinking like, because obviously now I understand that it's energy, like it's energy blockages, it's trauma. I'm thinking like, hold on, like 16, where did it's already been healed, to be honest. I've got rid of it. So yeah, and like he was traumatized. Like he was traumatized, he was broken, he was all over the place. So I don't know if some of that trauma came from him and was storing in my womb, in my ovaries. I don't know. That's another reason why you have to be careful who you're sleeping with, because you don't know what trauma they have. Like, you don't know what trauma they have from in their bloodline, from the people that they've slept with, the trauma that they've accumulated on their own. Like, you just don't know. Let me just say that I'm actually grateful that, okay, yeah, these things have been passed down to me. Certain things have been passed down to me, but I actually came into the awareness of these things so that I can heal them and transmute them, and so that they don't continue down the line. That's one epiphany that I had. In regards to like the trauma that was stored in my body, like it was even stored in my back. Like my back was seized up, my lower back. But I feel like that whole lower back being seized up, I feel like that was to do with my root chakra being blocked and just being out of balance, you know, and especially because I had brought up all of that trauma, so I was literally reliving it all in one go. So back was stiff, my lower back was stiff. I had a headache 24 hours a day. Like the back of my head would be throbbing all day. Like I would have tension all over my head. Like it was crazy. So I would, as I said, I would have long baths, and then when I would come out the bath, I would like take like different oils, and I would like, you know, just light my little candles, burn my sage. I would use crystals, and I would use oils, and I would also use visualization. So literally I would go to the different parts of my body that were seized up, and I would massage it with the oil, and I would literally close my eyes and direct my energy, like direct the flow of my energy to that part of my body. Like even when it came to my knees, like my knees was seized up. Like this is trauma. So I would go to, like I would get the oil and I would massage my knees, I would massage all the different parts of my body that were seized up, and I would literally direct my energy to that part of my body. Like, and it got to the stage where, you know, my body became free again. There's certain ailments that are in my family, and it's, you know, with, you know, some of the women, and they don't understand. They have no awareness, and they don't understand that it's trauma. I don't feel like certain people even listen to me, to be honest. People look at me like, who are you? Like, what do you know? What do you know? But what I know is through my own life experiences. Like, and when you gain wisdom from your life experiences, that is certified. You're not just speaking because you heard somebody else say something. No, you've actually lived it. So when you see somebody else, or you see it outside of you, you know exactly what it is when you see it. But you can tell people things, and if they want to listen, if they want to hear, then that is up to them. And if they don't, then again, that's up to them. It's basically someone that has unhealed childhood wounds, and instead of going within themselves, well, to be honest, some narcissists are unaware that they are broken, and some narcissists, some of them are actually fully aware that there is something wrong with them. But instead of facing their self, they project their darkness onto other people. They use other people, and they use other people to fill the voids within them. They use other people for fuel, because inside of them they are dead. Like they're literally just a shell. So they need other people to fill their cup in order to feel alive, or in order to feel validated, in order to feel like they even exist. But in them doing that, they will drain you, they will devalue you, they'll demean you, they will tear down everything that you are and everything that you have. Your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-worth, they will tear everything. They're literally a train wreck. And if you stand in their way, if you come onto their path or you try and stand in their way, you will end up being a casualty. 100%. So these type of people with these personality disorders, it's best to just stay out of their way. If you do have one in your life, then you need to go no contact. Sometimes you might end up co-parenting with a narcissist or a covert narcissist. You need to keep communication to a minimum. And that is going to lead me to another video, because I actually have experience, you know, when it comes to parenting with someone that is a covert narcissist. So yeah, that will definitely be another video. And yes, see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. So take care. Bye.